Hey everybody. Happy Monday. I'm putting on a little hand cream so the my dry my dry wrinkly hands won't alarm you. I hope you're having a great Monday. I have been having so much fun making tags this morning. I could have gone on and gone on and gone on. I have ideas. I love making tags. Hi Kim, how are you? I'm going to grab a couple of things here to remind myself, to remind you all. Okay, I think that's all. If you're here, say hello. I'm going to send the tags to somebody who watches today, and I think there's 6 of them. So no, there's 5. So you'll get 10 tags, because I'll send you the ones I make too, along with my samples. So make sure that you comment that you're here so I know who to put in for the drawing. Hi, Susan. They're really cute. And then you'll have 10 tags that you don't have to worry about this Christmas. Hi, Betty. You're unpacking. So you are moved. Have you moved? I need to call you, girl. I knew you were planning on it, but I didn't know when and how. But if you're unpacking, that means you moved or changed your mind. Oh, you do need a break. That is a hard job. Moving is exhausting. I'm going to turn the camera around. Yes, you have moved. Well, congratulations. I wanted to remind you all of the Designer Series paper sale for the month of October. You can save 15% on a selection of papers, and today I am using the Toile Tidings Designer Series paper, so you'll get to see that. I'm also using the Plaid Tidings paper in a project, and the 'Tis the Season. I did good. I think I am using some 'Tis the Season. I think in my first, yes I am. Yes I am. So if you're all interested in paper or need some new Designer Series paper, don't forget about the sale, and I would love for you to shop with me. If you use the October host code up here when you're shopping with me, your name will go into a drawing to receive. It is on its way. It hasn't come yet, but it is on its way. The Merry Hello stamp set. So use that host code with your orders, and your name can go in for that drawing. And I do like to send you a little something too. Even if you don't win the stamp set, I usually send you a little goodie if you use the host code. All right, Susan took advantage of the sale. 5 packs of paper, so you're ready to go, girl. Awesome. Now's the time to stock up. And then also, if you're local to me, the Kansas City area, I am having my retired product sale. I have boxes and boxes of things. It will be next Monday from 2 to 7 at the Wellness Wheel, 5742 North Broadway, Gladstone, Missouri, or Kansas City, Missouri, 64118. It's right off of 169 Highway in Inglewood, if you're familiar with that. It's where I was holding my live classes up north before this awful COVID came around. So wear a mask, and we'll only be allowed so many people in the room because it's a good sized room, but it's not huge. But if everybody sprinkles in between 2 and 7, we should be good to go. Okay, so we're going to make some tags today. So here is the first group of tags. And I just went ahead and made 4 because I wanted to show you that if you use a 6 by 6 inch piece of paper, which is what I'm going to be using, and this is the 'Tis the Season. No, I've got it in the wrong bag. This is the 'Tis the Season. I've got it in the Feels Like Frost bag, so I bet the Feels Like Frost bag is paper is in the 'Tis the Season paper. But these are 6 by 6 very traditional Christmas colors and small prints, which I like to use smaller prints when I make tags or use for my backgrounds on cards. So for these little tags, I was going to show you that you can get 4 out of a piece of 6 by 6. So I didn't cut it down yet because I wanted you to see how I did that. This paper has a pattern, the little candy canes. So I'm going to want to cut it for my tag this way, right? But I'm only going to need 4 inches for my tag. So I'm going to cut the bottom 2 inches off, or the top 2, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to cut 3 2-inch tags because we're going to be using a lot of punches today. I like to use punches for tags because they're quick and fast. And you can make a lot of things in a hurry. So I've got 3 pieces of 2 by 4, excuse me. And then I've got this one piece of 2-inch paper, but the direction isn't going to work for my tag. So I'm just going to flip it over and make a green one. Now, if I would have made these tags smaller and made them 2 by 3 inches, I would have gotten 6 tags out of a 6 by 6 inch piece of paper. So keep that in mind when you're making your tags. And I'll just throw one of these out. I'll put these 2 out so you can see what we're going to do. I am going to use the Scallop Tag Topper Punch because you can't get any easier than that. I told you we're going to do a lot of punching today. And this Scallop Tag Topper Punch, and Stampin' Up! Has several tag topper punches. So see how fast that was to already get, I've got 4 little tag tops. And then I flag the ends, which you can use with your snips. Hi, Laura. Or I am using the Triple Banner Punch. Is that what it's called? I wrote all this down so I wouldn't forget today. Banner Triple Punch. Because you can make 3 different sizes. I guess that's why it's called that. So I'm just going to flag the ends of my punches with this. And I'm making these the full size, the full 2 inches. And you can push your designer series paper all the way to the end and punch, but I'm chintzy, I guess, so I only push it to where my paper meets the corners. And I save just a tiny little bit. It would go faster if I would just push it all the way to the end, but I like to save a little paper, saving. Okay, so there's our 4 tags. We're not going to make all 4 today. We're going to make these 2. And I'm going to need Garden Green ink, and I used Cherry Cobbler ink, and I pulled that out of the paper. And I cut some ovals with some of the dies from the Layering Ovals dies. I cut 1 scalloped oval and then 1 just plain oval for my sentiment. And I went ahead and did that so y'all wouldn't have to watch me run my die cutting machine. We're going to do a little die cutting a little bit later. So I'm going to use a stamp from the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. I'm going to use this Merry Christmas. It was the perfect size for my oval. And then in our next card, or our next tag, we're going to use the coordinating punch. So there is a coordinating punch. This is an older set, so you don't get a discount with this. But if you have this stamp set, you're going to want that punch because you can just punch out all of these trees, which instead of the ovals, I could have used the trees for my layering on here. Now I just inked up this Cherry Cobbler ink, so it might be a little soupy. I'm going to get my head here so we get this right. Here is a trivia question for you, or a trivia answer. Hi, Donna. My first two inks that I ever bought from Stampin' Up, this is when I was just a customer. I was an awesome customer. Were Cherry Cobbler and Old Olive. It was around the fall, and I bought a real pretty Christmas set, ornaments. And I may still have that set just out of sentimentality. I may have kept that because they were my very first purchases. And I think it's funny that I still remember that. Okay, so then I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals and pop up this Merry Christmas oval onto the scalloped oval. Donna mentioned this morning on the Facebook page that she is going to try and make her tags this year. I try and do it every year. I mean, do you know how much you would pay for a 3-dimensional fancy tag like that in the store? A lot of money. We've had our years where we've just done stickers. We've had our years where it has been so busy that we just take a Sharpie and write on the bottom of the package who it's for. Okay, now I've got these two strips. These are 3/4 inches, I think. Yes, 3/4 inches by 2.5. And I'm going to use another punch. This is the one I always forget what it's called. It is called the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch because there are 3 sizes, so you can basically make 6 different punches. And I'm using the 3/4 inch alley. I thought about using some ribbon under my tag, but then I'm using ribbon at the top. And I wanted just to put something under my tag. I don't know. I just wanted to. I don't know. Well, that was a screw up. I don't know if it needed it. I was talking and not paying attention. I got my paper stuck in there weird. We'll try that again. Don't think I need this much for my hearts. Well, I'm holding it crooked is what I'm doing when I put it in there. There we go. Okay. No, that one still looks weird too. I'm holding it wrong. I'm going to need to hold it upside down. Really, y'all, it's not that hard. I'm going to use a green one because I can't find any more red. Oops. What did I say? They were 2.5 inches. I think when you're using green and Christmas colors, you could interchange them. There we go. Y'all, it really isn't that hard, I swear. I'm going to give up here in a minute because I'm embarrassing myself. But I'm not one to give up. We're going to get this. I'm going to hold it upside down so I can see. I think what I'm doing is I'm not getting it in the right alley. I see what I'm doing. There we go. It's such a short strip. See, I was doing my paper. I wasn't getting it straight in there. There we go. Okay, good grief. All right, I'm going to use that green on there. That'll give us a little bit of, and I kind of like it better. A little bit of different color on our card. And then I am going to pop the little label that we just made with dimensionals. And then I'm just going to adhere the sentiment right there on the middle of it. This one's not very straight. Okay. That one. Did y'all have a good weekend? Do anything fun? We're still hunkering down here. Okay, and then I took some sheer ribbon, this is Real Red, and ran it through the red one. I think I had about 4 inches. We have like a little, I don't know, auxiliary pantry in our laundry room. It's a closet with shelves. And I cleaned that puppy out this weekend, yesterday. It was so nice. Now I just want to keep walking in there and looking at it. You guys do that? You clean anything out and like your refrigerator? I do that a lot when I clean my refrigerator out too. Admire my work. There. How are ya? I forget to press all the buttons. Okay, and then I just took some Whisper White baker's twine. And wrapped it around and tied a bow. Just to add a little bit more texture, a little bit more something. Sometimes I think a bow kind of softens things. Okay, and then this was the Real Red sheer ribbon, and then I'm using this white is from the Flowers for Every Season combo ribbon pack. I really liked the texture of it. I'm going to show you how I did that in just a minute, Donna. I went ahead and made a little tag to put on the back so people know who it's for. There we go. Because this paper is kind of dark. Well, this one isn't, but it just to make it easier, and it would be fast to do this really quickly, I took a piece of just white scrap paper, and I'm using the To From stamp from our final 2 tags are going to be made with this set, Wishes and Wonder, and there's a little To From stamp right there. It's a cling stamp, and then I'm going to punch it out with a circle punch, a 1.5 inch circle punch. So we're using lots of punches. We're going to use one more punch here. I'm kind of putting it over to the edge of the circle so it leaves me room to write the person's name. But you could just put a square there. You don't, you know, how whatever's easiest for you. I just punched the circle. Excuse me. That seemed easiest for me. You could do a whole sheet of these and put their names on and then punch them out as you go, as you're wrapping. But that's how I did that. Pretty simple. Nothing too fancy. Okay, those are our first 2 tags. I'm going to get these out of the way. I think I need, oh, you know what? I forgot the final thing. I told you we were going to use one more punch. Can you guess what it is? You'll never guess. It's the dog punch, but he has this little heart here. That's the perfect size. So I grabbed him and I just put a little heart at the top of the tag just for a little extra thing. It's the details, right? Whoops. There we go. Now they're finished. Hi, Connie. Okay, so there's our first 2 tags. I think I'm going to use this ribbon, so I'm going to pull that ribbon. You know I'm using the To From. I think I'm using the Garden Green ink. I think I can get rid of everything else, so I'm going to get this off my desk. Okay, this is probably my favorite, and it was the easiest one to make. I might wrap all my gifts in craft paper and make these. Isn't that cute? It's a kind of a farmhouse look, And I'm using crumb cake cardstock, and I took a piece, I think this is 4 1/4 by almost 6 inches, just big enough to fit into the Tasteful Textures embossing folder. I ran it through my Big Shot so it has a little bit of texture. I don't think we need that anymore. And then you can cut several. I'm going to use a punch for this. They need to be 1 1/2. And the punch I'm using, you could do up to 2 inches. It's similar to the scallop tag topper, but it's got a little bit more variety because you can do 1, 1 1/2, or 2. And it is called, let me get the name right, the Delightful Tag Topper Punch, because it's so delightful. Oh gosh, I cracked myself up. All right, so this way I need 1 1/2, so I could cut several out of one sheet. You know, I'm just trying to streamline it and make it fast. There we go. I bet that's 1 1/2. It's a little less than 1 1/2, but we might be able to use it. So you could get 4 out of one embossed sheet of paper. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and punch the tops. I think what I liked about this was the buffalo check, the black and white buffalo check. And then you'll notice that I rounded the corners. So I'm using the triple. I just call it my corner punch. Here's all my notes, y'all. It's a detailed trio because there are 3 different punches. There's like a little corner punch. Here's a little for a tag if you wanted to just punch a hole in the top of something. But I'm going to round the corners. Okay. We'll just make 3 while we're at it. And then whoever I draw gets more. Okay, and then this I'm using the plaid tidings paper that I've used on a lot of projects this season, this fall. And I'm using that pine tree punch. So we're going to punch. I had some already cut out. Here we go. So this is 3, what is this? 2 by almost 4. Which I probably didn't need to cut it that big. I'm just going to go ahead and punch 2 more out of here. I love this black buffalo check. The other side's cute too. That would be really cute too. Okay. I think we're not going to use this punch anymore. Okay, now I'm using that little dog punch again with some, just a scrap of black. Where did I put that little doggy? I might have put him away. I did. So I'm going to cut 3 little hearts out of my scrap here, or punch. You're slowly getting collection. I love punches, Susan. If there's a punch, I usually grab it because they're so quick and easy. See how fast we're doing all this? And then for the little circle, I used a 1/2 inch punch, which I believe is retired. So if you can find a 1/2 inch punch anywhere, that's what I used. You might have a die in one of your, die sets. And what I did with that, I'll put these aside. I hated that Stampin' Up! Retired that because it's a real handy little punch. I probably shouldn't share it so you're frustrated. But I just thought that little punch, whatever it is. Remember in the olden days when we had to put those stickers on our papers for school because we ripped the 3-hole punches out? I don't know what they're called. Reinforcers. I just thought it added a little something. Like I said, you might have something like that dog punch that there's a little circle in there that's just the right size, because I don't think it would have to be a 1/2 inch. This is just the one I grabbed. And then I took a handheld punch. This is just a regular old paper punch. And punched a hole right in the back. So it has a reinforcer. This little piece. There we go. Oh, thank you, Chris. I love making tags. Probably because they're quick and easy. I like quick and easy things. The last tags I'm going to show you, I wish I had had more time today because I'll explain it when I get there. And you'll see what I mean. But girls, I found this tag on Etsy. Somebody's selling this tag on Etsy. Hers is a little different, but it's basically this tag. And so I'm saying you can make some really fun tags of your own, and it'll look like you spent $1 million on tags when you really didn't. You just punched them all out. That's where I got my inspiration for this tag, was from Etsy. Hers was a little different, but pretty much the same. Y'all get your ideas from places like that. You just never know where you're going to find things. Okay. Then we're going to glue the little hearts right on the tippy tops of the trees. If you have a little star punch instead of a heart, oops, I already did that. That would be cute. Hi, Trisha. How are you? Okay, and then for the little taggedy tag, I am going to use the And this is another punch I always forget the name of. It is the I forgot to put it on here, y'all. I'm going to look it up in a minute because that makes me so mad. I don't know why I can't remember that punch. Betty, I bet if you're still on here, I bet you know the name of that punch. I think I asked you the last time. And I'm using the 'Tis the Seasons from the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp sets. If I had the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set, I bet there's some fun ones in there that would work too. But I don't have that one. So I'm using the 'Tis the Season. And I'm just putting it on a little scrap of this crumb cake cardstock with some Memento ink. And punching it out with this punch that I can't remember the name of. Trisha, do you know the name of this punch? Y'all. Is anybody else losing their brain? And then I'm putting the ends in backwards because I want them flagged instead of pointed. I'm going to find my catalog. And I'm sorry my computer keeps receiving emails. I put the Do Not Disturb on. And I'm just going to do one for you guys and finish these up in a minute. But I'm putting those on with a mini dimensional. There's my catalog way over there. Classic Label. Thank you, Trisha. The Classic Label punch. So I'm putting the, you know what, y'all? I made these a little longer. It works, but I made them a little longer. I'm a hot mess today. 3.5. They should have been 3.5 inches instead of 4 inches. But that's okay. They're going to be long. Now on this one, since it's crumb cake, I am going to take the 'Tis the Season from the Wishes and Wonder set. After I get all that cherry cobbler off of there. And I'm just going to stamp on the back. And I should have probably done that before I put all the things on, because it's light enough that I can write on this and it won't be distracting. Is that the word? And then for the little tie on that, I used some retired baker's twine from Stampin' Up. It's just black and white striped. I thought it worked really well with the buffalo check. And I just tied that on top. And there you go. One's longer than the other one, but you get the idea. I think they're so cute. I think these are my favorite of what we're making today. All right, the final one. I don't think I need the dog punch. I'm going to get some of these punches out of the way. I just received this bundle and I haven't really got to play with it, but I'm going to a virtual gathering and I needed this stamp set and die bundle to make the things that we're going to make at this virtual gathering. But look, it has a tag die in it, so I thought we have to use that. And this is my favorite die of the whole set. Let me show you the first tag we're going to make. Isn't that gorgeous, that stately buck on there? So there's a sleigh and these fun sentiments, and there are dies for everything, even this little sprig of something. I'd use. So this is the Wishes and Wonder bundle. It is on page, let me find it for y'all. Page 32 in the Holiday Mini. And this is the one I said I was going to mention to you that I think it would make some gorgeous, very classy tags with that gold foil, with that, that's mistletoe, Donna? Okay. I didn't know. Good. So the little sprig of mistletoe. I just thought this would make the most beautiful, stately tags if you use some gold foil and maybe some black cardstock, depending how you wrap your gifts this Christmas. But I made a more casual, more farmhouse, I don't know what style you would say. But these are the two tags, and these are going to go together so quickly. There's that little buck. And I'm using some of the paper from the toile that is part of the sale. And I'm also using the plaid, a little bit of the plaid tidings. I thought that plaid looked really nice with that. So I've cut out 2 of the tags. So I used a die that comes with the dies. They're called North Pole Wonder dies. And then on the first one, I'm going to run it through just one end on this toile paper. I should give the right name, toile tidings. So it has a finished edge too. So let's do that real quick. Well, let's do all of our stamping, and then I'll do all the die cutting at the same time. So I'm going to die cut this, and then I'm going to do the Made in the North Pole, and I'm going to die cut that. And I am stamping that on a little square of crumb cake cardstock with the Garden Green ink. Hi, Debbie. Oh! That could have been bad. Hence my gasp. I think it looks very old-fashioned, don't you? It reminds me of a simpler time. So we are going to cut that out, and the circle die, y'all, I was hunting for a stamp and a die to cut this out. Guess what? The die comes with the stamps, or with the dies. So I didn't even need to use any of my punches or circles for that. And I'm going to grab some washi tape. I need to order some more purple tape. But I have so much of this washi tape that it's good to kind of get rid of it. Take some of the sticky off. Okay. So we're going to die cut those 2 things. I'm going to take the tag die, and I've cut this toile paper down. It is 1 3/4 by 3 to just kind of nestle in the middle of the tag. I didn't want it the same size as the tag. but I am going to cut the end so it has that cute little stitched detail. So let me grab my die cutting machine. So I want this to be kind of right in the middle. It doesn't matter. We're not going to cut the sides. We're just cutting the end off. And then our little circle. Sorry, that shakes the whole table. I need to figure out a way to suspend my camera so that it's not on the table. So this is the die I used to cut out the 2 crumb cake ones, full size. And then this one, I'm just going to adhere it just above the bottom. And then that little deer, I just, I die cut out one of those, and I'm going to pop him up with some dimensionals. I'm really excited to play with this set. I think I'm going to like it. So that's that tag, very simple. And then once again, I'll use the 2 from that I pulled from the stamp set. On the back. And it is easier if you do it before you get them all embellished. So I'll go ahead and do that one. Now for this one, I just took a piece of Designer Series paper. Here it is. It's 3 by 2. This is 2 inches wide. So you could get 6 of them out of one sheet of 6 by 6 paper. Hi, Donna Mac. How are you? That's what I thought, Trisha, that if I would have had time today, I was going to make a real fancy schmancy tag with that buck using gold foil. Okay, so I took that 3 by 2 and I just lined the top corner into the gully of the alley of my trimmer. And then I've left about, 3/4 to an inch on the bottom. So you've got a little triangle left that you can use for another project. Just to make it a little different. Oh, you know what? And I also trimmed off the end of that with the tag die. So we have one more trip through the Big Shot. Ooh. I should have rehearsal. Maybe I wouldn't forget all this stuff. I just want to get that pretty detail at the bottom. It's so pretty. We probably could have glued it onto the crumb cake tag and cut it all out at once. There we go. So I'm going to glue that right on. It's going to fit. It's a little different. I did it a little different than this one. I don't have the new die cutter, Trisha, yet. Do you have it? I'm waiting for the mini to come out. I will definitely be having one of those at least one. I would use it all the time. But no, I haven't budgeted my dollars yet to try the new one. Do you have it? I've heard good things. I think I would like it because it folds up and it doesn't take as much space. Okay, and then I went ahead and die cut this little guy out. It's got some stitching on it as well. And I just adhered the stamping that we did earlier right to that. And I popped those up with dimensionals. You guys, I have such a mess here. I just put that on the center. So you can see how fast and easy that would be if you would just cut all your pieces and then while you're sitting watching Real Housewives or whatever you watch, you can just put them all together. The trim I used on this is the linen, braided linen trim. What happened to my other tag? Oh my goodness. I have a cup of coffee here, but it's gone cold, but I think I needed to have some before I came on. Get my mind a little bit more alert. I look fantastic? Donna Mac, you need to come on more often. Thank you. I wish I could see all of you. This is second day hair, and I'm wearing big earrings for you all today. I thought these people are probably getting tired of seeing my peach sweater. I do think of those things, y'all. I think, oh my gosh, what color t-shirt should I wear today? It's kind of chilly here. I had shorts on, and I went and put some pants on. Okay, aren't they fun? I had another one of these guys. I wonder where he went. He's probably stuck to something. Let's see. I was going to show you one more thing. Oh, remember when we made this a couple of Make It Mondays ago? These would make beautiful, elegant little package toppers too. And you could just put the to from on the back of here. So I wanted to remind you of that too. That's with the Poinsettia Place suite, and these would make lovely ones. Like if you're going to give to your boss or something that you're trying to butter up. Anyway, I hope this has given you some ideas and some inspiration to make your own tags. I love making tags. In fact, when I get off of here, I think I'm going to try to make me a stately tag using that buck die. And then I will put them on the page as well. So, and I will have all of the information, products and dimensions, correct dimensions, up on my blog here in about an hour if you want to check theplaidpoodle.com. So, thanks for stopping by, y'all. Go have a great afternoon, and we will talk to you again on Wednesday for Coffee and a Card. We'll see ya. Bye bye.